friends with the Lamborghinis for about the past 8 years. Kendall was raised on my kids, my two daughters, and right now the son is married. And then Mrs. Jane, my wife, drove her school every day for 2 years, so that's kind of my relationship with Kendall.
4/22/2010. At 9 p.m., April 9th, 2010, our world turned upside down when Kendall's doctor was on the phone with Heather explaining that leukemia had returned. How did you find out Kendall's leukemia came back?
I found out Kendall had cancer for months and she lost me. I was driving home from Mississippi with my grandma and my cousin, and Kendall called me and she was
My wife actually got a phone call from Mrs. Lubadini discussing that they had found spots on Kendall and they were worried about his DNA. They're on spring break, and when they came back, they obviously took her to the doctor. That was the phone call that we got from the kids who came back. My wife and Kendall were very close, so we've had it for a long time.
New update. While the news was not as we hoped, Kendall is not in remission. She will need another round of chemo. Her Beaumont doctors consulted with U of M doctors and decided she will do the next round at U of M. What went through your mind when you found out Kendall wasn't in remission? How did you feel when she was moved from Beaumont to U of M?
When I found out Kendall wasn't in remission, it was hard because it was weird to know that someone you knew that was like kind of close to you had cancer and had to go through chemo and hard things like that. It was still kind of
Well, when we first heard that Kendall had cancer, we were very hopeful that when she had treated that it would go away, and I think everybody was. And we were all confident that Kendall, she's now, she'd be fine. When we first heard that the first treatment they were all pretty much in shock. My family, my wife, difficult to explain to my kids because they were so young. When my wife and I discussed it for the first time, we couldn't imagine our kids having that, let alone our neighbor basically getting cancer for the second time.
Did you attend any fundraisers? If so, what was the atmosphere like?
The fundraisers were happy because it was happy and everyone came together and
A bunch of them. My wife did a lot of work with the golf outing, and the golf outing was a big event. Atmosphere there just was more of a giving atmosphere than anything. I don't know if it was a sad one at all, but it was more of a giving, and obviously with raising over $30,000 for the golf outing, it was a great event.
Enjoying being home. Kendall is enjoying her much-needed break, visiting with friends and having somewhat of a normal life. What were your feelings or reaction to know Kendall came home?
it was good to know that she came home because then it was like, oh, she's getting better. And then everybody was just like upping and like happier and knowing that like she was happy to be home because she was basically gathering out all her friends.
Better news than anticipated. She is at 8% leukemia cells. Disappointing news. Doctor called late yesterday afternoon with bad news. Kendall's second bone marrow biopsy showed 20% to 30% leukemia cells. That tells you how aggressive and nasty this disease is. After anticipating such good news, how did you react to the disappointment of not reaching her goal of 5% leukemia cells?
Okay, I remember right whenever I figured that out, and it was like a week, and I would stay up till like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I would pray for like a good hour and a half, and I would just sit there and be like, why? Like, can you just do something to help her? Just something little, just help her out. I was mad because I figured that at 8% they could have transplanted, and I found out that
is very upsetting news. We had hoped this protocol was the one, but Kendall is amazing with her attitude. After 4 rounds of chemo, you'd expect her to be weak and with little faith. How does her strong, positive attitude give you hope?
I remember thinking, I don't know how a teenager could go through so many different kinds of chemo and so many different drugs and so many different things going in and out of her, and you know, it's like stuff going on, like everything. And I remember thinking, if she can do it, then I can get up in the morning, go to school, and live my life and be able to do other things, because if she can handle that, I can handle my stuff. Her attitude gave me hope because she was always trying to keep going and be healthy.
You know, we haven't seen her face to face or talked to her face to face, but with all the posts on the website and everybody saying, oh, you know, she's back and acting like something's wrong, she's being strong. I mean, that was a positive for everybody, and I think with that, we just expected her to get better.
Kendall feeling pretty good. Kind of sad yesterday, sitting with Kendall thinking about school starting and her having to be in the hospital. I know she wants to be there bad. Her time will come. What was it like going to school and knowing Kendall wouldn't be there?
It was weird because Kendall and I shared lockers freshman year, and she was mad at me because she wanted me to share lockers. They were taking me back. I promised her I'd move out of next locker when she came back to school. So I would have like a whole set when she was going back for me to share lockers.
Well, I didn't have Kendall's schedule to be in my class, but I had pretty much all of Kendall's friends in my government class. Before that, it was almost a daily process of updates on Kendall, what's going on. And everyone seemed to be real positive at the beginning of the school year.
Day 4 today. Overnight, Kendall to the ICU. She has capillary leak, which is the fluid leaks out of the arteries in the body. If bad, it can damage organs. Did Kendall being in the ICU change your hope for her recovery at all?
I was worried, but honestly, I thought Kendall was going to make it. Things got a lot more scary, but I didn't think that she was ever going to
You know, I don't think so. I think everyone was just so positive, thinking, okay, you know, it's Kendall, she's being alone, she'll be again, and I don't think her going to the ICU really caught it really off guard, because she had said it in the hospital for so long.
Another issue to deal with. We found out on Monday during pre-testing for transplant that Kendall has pneumonia. We were very disappointed by this news. Kendall has time to beat this pneumonia before too much leukemia would return. After the ICU, things were looking up. A new treatment was going to be put in place until she was diagnosed with pneumonia. Did it feel like Kendall was never going to catch a break?
I feel like there's never a bright side to the story. It's always just bad, worse, bad.
Yeah, I didn't seem fair every time we'd say, okay, we hear that she's doing better, and then 2 days later, it was like she got something else. Whether she had an infection, whether it was pneumonia, whatever it was, and it became very frustrating. It's like we're waiting for something positive, and the next day it was something.
Do you think the presence helped Kendall and the family keep your spirits up?
I think the prayer groups definitely helped out because it was nice to know that they weren't alone and like they had a bunch of help and everybody was like working together and that everyone was trying to help out.
The prayers kept her family and her up because Kendall would like see Facebook pictures and posts, and we would just tell her all about it, and I know it gave her a lot of courage and strength, and her parents really liked that the community was helping them. Disappointing news. Kendall's biopsy showed 40 to 50% leukemia with 5% cellular recovery. I'm going to the University of Minnesota for a meeting on Monday. They have something to offer Kendall we cannot get here at U of M. Update. Visit to Minnesota went real well. We are moving her today. This trial is Kendall's best option by far. Was it exciting to know that she was going to a hospital with such great expectations?
I thought it was pretty crazy that they had to move her to a different hospital and that people here couldn't really help her out and then people over there could and different kind of treatments and yada yada and then she had to travel all that way and be away from all of her friends. It was hard actually. I was excited for Kendall to go to the school because she was excited and everyone like knew I was from there and everyone like was positive that was like a big critical.
Kendall's condition. I wish I had better news for you. Kendall is in pretty serious state right now. From 8 to 12 last night, me and Heather were preparing for the worst. This was tough too, but we wanted her to know it was her choice to keep fighting. We would be here fighting with her, but we didn't want to harm her. Seeing how the night was, she decided to fight. Due to all this happening, did you also think you were preparing for the worst as they first did?
Kendall, that's Minnesota. Please promise each other right now every day, like you always did. And then she just stopped writing back, and her mom would text me that she could like read the notes out loud because she was like asleep. And she worried me that she wasn't really gonna wake up, but I never like lost hope that she
You know, we got a phone call and said that she was really struggling to deal with this. She made it through the night. That was a hard night for us. I couldn't even imagine one of my kids being sick, let alone being in a hospital for that long and getting news like that. With the family, there was negatives upon negatives, and there was no positive news. And this was a tough time.
Improving. Kendall continues to amaze us. Today was another very stable day. Still improving. Blood pressure stable, pulling fluid off, reducing medication, breathing better with clear lungs, and reducing sedation medication. Tears of joy. Flow cytometry showed Kendall is in remission. No blast. My Kendall is beating this. Kendall received NK cells from Mr. Libidini. They took wonderfully. Remission was the closest it had ever been. Did you think this battle was coming to an end?
I definitely thought that I was going to. I thought Kendall's battle was going to an end because she was going to Minnesota to get to the point of transplant, and we already heard something like that news that the first good news we heard, we thought everything was going to get it.
You know, when we got the news about the trials of Mr. Ludini's NK cells, as we call them, that it worked the first time, we were ecstatic. I mean, everybody thought, okay, finally something positive. And I think everybody got excited at that time, and everybody was just praying for Kendall and hoping that everything would go well, simply because she hadn't had anything go positive in so long, and this was such good news.
Merry Christmas all. Merry Christmas to everyone. She can't really enjoy opening her presents, so we will probably wait for her. Please enjoy Christmas with your families and cherish the moments. Next year, we will all be home for Christmas. What would it be like to not be with your family during Christmas?
To be without my family for Christmas wouldn't feel like the holiday. It wouldn't feel like anything I've ever known before.
Yeah, again, it's something I can't even imagine. Not having your family around during Christmas, it'd be weird. We're so sometimes when we notice we have relatives, and when you get someone close to you or your family that misses out on something like that, and you're not around, someone's missing it. It makes you look at what you have and be thankful for what you have in life with your family.
Broken heart. Today has been a very difficult day for our family. We heard the words that no parent ever wants to hear. Despite all of their efforts, the medical team here has told us that Kendall's cancer is just too aggressive and there really are no other options for her. Due to her decline over the last couple of days, they are not sure how much time she has here with us. How did you take the news of knowing there was nothing left that could help her?
The news was pretty brutal. I mean, it would be to anybody. It's really hard to hear that someone you care for, there's nothing that anybody can do for them. And just done.
It was really hard, especially up there.
ourselves some time. Our beloved Kendall has passed.